Welcome back, it's Throm Builds. Today we're counting down the best LEGO Star Wars builds of 2024. From intricate ships to epic landscape and layouts, these are some of the MOCs from this year that grabbed my attention the most. Whether you're looking for some inspiration for your next build or just want to admire some incredible designs, let's take a look. Rocket Boy with Star Wars Factions RPG. Now, he says this build was from 2023, but it just never made it to the gram, but I don't even care, we're counting for the list. This one is a boom! No, the coaster or ladder parts with the whips are a super nice look for dangling wires, and the ship, minifigures, and landscape all flow really well with one another. The color scheme and tone are very Star Wars. Next up, we've got Madoris Lego with the Battle of Hypori from the Clone Wars Tartakovsky 2003 series. Incredibly simple, but incredibly effective. A nice blend of old dark gray and dark bluish gray, and very nice blend of official and custom parts with the Christo figures, saber hilts, and Grievous dangling by those grippers in such an iconic scene. This MOC really does that justice. Morris 5555, ISB Interrogation. Super nice doorway, colors mixing some old light gray in as well with the light bluish gray, and really nice ground level details all throughout the scene. But nothing feels out of place even though there's so many out of place parts. Really good parts usage overall. Devourer of Lego for Bobalug. You're going to see them quite a few times on this list. Great details while repetitive, builds super nice texture and scale to this MOC. And honestly, the angles and offset wall is really nice. Also, there's really great use of strange large parts throughout the MOC, and the droids look really great with that ingot and tan minifigure hand attached. Great antenna and details throughout. V-Star Van Slave One Chase. Although this MOC uses about 10 parts, it absolutely stands out on its own, and it kind of proves that you don't need that many parts to make a great MOC. Hypolite Bricks Battle of Hoth. Really great snow texture throughout the whole MOC with the slope and curved parts, and the turquoise really adds that nice frozen over touch to it. The hangars have really nice details throughout, and there's really great storytelling throughout the entire scene. Also, I'm always a sucker for brick arms combined with modern official figs. It's just a great combo. Malin Garrick and Lego Fordo for the Dark Times group. TX-130 Saber class fighter tank. Beautiful colors and details in the landscape and greenery. And then the actual tank is a masterpiece. The angles are sharp but look great and represent the tank super well. Imp Fanatic Mission 2.0 on Renvar for 253rd Legion. I'm a sucker for Sam Blue, so these clones in the MOC caught my eye right away, but the scale is small, but the details are executed really well. There's fun yet still purist style minifigure posing, and this just feels like a MOC I wish I had made and could set on my desk to take photos of figures on over and over again. Eckhorst for Star Wars Factions RPG, the TIE Punisher program. An excellent ship, and then the colors in the rock floor are great, and while the greenery is repetitive, the scale really does make it feel like the jungle is slowly creeping up, taking over the Imperial outpost. Also, the platform and gray sentries, or towers tiled off like that, nicely impose on the greenery and orange rocks around them. Mandalorian MOC and Robo for Bobalug, Silvoria. I actually had this pleasure of seeing this one live in person in Chicago, and I believe this was a collection of builders, but incredible hangar build with nice textured landscape. The full soil and rock cross-section all around the build is a super nice touch, and the buildings are all at super nice angles over the ground. It's really impressive. The actual building is super impressive because while it's all light bluish gray, there's still a bunch of details and sections for your eyes to look at. Edge of Hearing 2000 Razor Crest. Simple, janky, and yet perfect. This simple recreation of what the LEGO Star Wars set could have looked like had Mandalorian released back in the early 2000s is awesome. I only see old parts, so it looks like they stayed true to only parts available from back then. The early Millennium Falcon windscreen is used, but I'm not 100% sure. Baron Von Brick, Lego Fordo, and Malin Garrick, Kobo Observatory from Jedi Survivor. It's a great circle pillar with spirals, with the characters and lots of details. Our next build is from Space Jockey and Darth Jar Jar 630 for Dark Times RPG, with their Naboo invasion, although I didn't even need to say Naboo and you already knew where we were. The low moody lighting really complements the tan and sand green tiled off sections well, and the angles and arches of Naboo are very well crafted. Next, we've got 3 more builds from Devourer of Lego, which just kind of shows how much of a beast they are. Squadrons Scouting Operation on Jakku. The different level tan and dark tan sections are super nice and give texture to the ground, and the activity and details happening under the canopy are fun, and the ships feel very Star Wars. Excellent details and colors all around. Then we've got Naboo Theed Palace Exit with Syndicate Lug. Again, the greebling and details from Devourer are fantastic, with the jumper tiles and ingots and other parts sticking partly out of the stone or rock to give really good texture. And then the gold details and colors are just so good in contrast with the stone. And then third, Hoth Defense Forces and DF9 turret. So many elements used, so many fun connections, and wear with the use of tan mixed in with the white. The turret reminds me of OG Battlefront, and getting in one of those to absolutely cook a snowspeeder. Moriyazi, Coastal City, Imperial Base. So many details going on here, and yet because each building is one color and the details all make sense, it isn't chaos. It's just one very detailed mock. There's so many good small stories happening here with the Imperials fighting the Rebels, and it does give off a nice coastal beach city built into a hill. Lighty 13, Battle on Hoth. Simple, small, effective. All old light gray and weathered sun-tanned white parts gives this mock a great feeling, and the sad face Hoth Rebel in the snow is such a fantastic detail. Brick Legion 501, The Jedi Who Knew Too Much. The classic Clone Wars episode where Clone Wars Coruscant Guard attempts to take Ahsoka prisoner. The dark red and dark bluish gray combinations here work great, and there's some great angles and larger parts used which scale well with the mostly smaller elements used for the groundwork. Also a really iconic scene, it just stands out easily. Flying in Space Mocs, Acclimator ship from Attack of the Clones with Brick Vault. Super impressive build with so many nice details captured around the edges and surface of the ship, and the large scale details put in like the Republic logo and dark red strips look great with the parts used. Another large scale model, Boosker and Brick Vault. New Republic dropship and AT-TE. Again, just impressive ship recreations overall with great details in light bluish gray parts throughout. The last large scale model, Ron McFaddy's Chopper. The colors, parts used, simplicity while still having details and actual parts that move and play functions. This Chopper build is incredible. Heavily based on the 2024 R2, but I still have to give this mock credit keeping the Star Wars Rebels spirit alive with Chopper. And lastly, I just have to highlight one of my absolute favorite builders of all time, a pretty much just digital builder though, Rhubarb Builds. They've done a Geonosis mock with me and a Camino mock with me, completely designed by them. I just had the pleasure of getting to put it together and display it for some cons. But Rhubarb is just insane, keeping the early 2000s play functions and kind of style and parts used for each of their mocks. These have been just a ton of fun to put together and photograph, and I'm just absolutely grateful for Rhubarb Builds. They are awesome, and make sure you go check them out. And there you have it, the best LEGO Star Wars mocks of 2024. Which one was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more LEGO content like this. Thanks, and it's been Thrawn Builds.